And welcome back. So, Mighty Nine, as you stand out in the midst of this soft snowfall on the northern cusp of the Graying Wildlands, you begin to make your way towards the coastal village of Palebank Village. As Vestarogna leads you this direction, what would you like to do?
What time of day?
At this point, you guys rested for the evening, came back to Zadash. I'd say it's like little afternoon.
Are we so far north that like the sun never sets, or it's
not quite that far
dark?
north.
Okay.
No.
These are the gray.
So we're heading to the village. Do we see the village yet in the distance, or
You do see the village. It's you're not terribly far off. You're about maybe a 10-minute walk from it.
yeah?
Oh, okay.
And how big is it? It's a little place.
It's not massive. You see maybe roughly 100 structures total for the village. That includes small hovels and sheds amongst a couple of larger buildings. Look almost like moots or large lodges, if anything. But it's a very small village.
And it's already snowy here.
It is, yes.
I guess we go in and look for Dagon Underthorn,
Who?
our expedition guide that we're supposed to find.
Yep, I have that in my notes.
Actually, Dagon is waiting for us at Balin Post.
Balin Post.
Oh, sorry, my notes were wrong.
Okay.
However, we are here to acquire a ship to take us to Balin Post.
Oh, you should have Ford talk to them then.
Are you a accomplished seaman?
Yes, of course. Quite a bit.
He's a pirate captain.
Well then,
Balin Post.
We're all quite accomplished on the high seas, actually.
Oh, it's a journey, y'all.
very good then, very good.
As you can tell, he's quite experienced with reading maps.
Well, it seems like we'd have to go from the Palebank village to Serenia?
Oh yeah, Balin Post. Okay,
We would probably not want to stop there directly. Balin Post is the it's empire-helmed and held location. Sardinia belongs to Utherdurn and doable is not perhaps in the same sphere of influence as to make it easier for us to find what we need and make our way.
I mean, it's fine with me. It just seems the established trade route, according to these maps, are like a touch point in between distances that are far apart. We'll have to go around the north edge of the Crystal Sands tundra.
Indeed.
This is incredibly
What time
impressive.
should we leave in the morning, Dad? Should we leave at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. to get to our location in time?
I don't know. Where's Orly? That's long. Have you done this by ship before?
I have.
Oh, so you didn't stop before. You just went straight through.
We've stopped before, yes, but due to the Utherdurnian neutrality, it can prove challenging should we encounter dynasty interests there as well.
Right.
Balin Post, the assembly has influence there, which means it is far easier for us to acquire what is needed without issue, without impasse, and to avoid unnecessary violence before we make our way northward.
Makes sense. Nobody wants to see violence.
No. Do you have a person that you go to buy boats from, rent boats from, or just walk up, or you have
It has been some time since I've been here. It is possible it is a different individual. We will find out,
Okay.
and we'll inquire as to the best means of passage. Usually just paying for passage upon a vessel that is already making the trip.
Okay. Well, let's head to the docks then.
Very well. So as you approach the nearest outer gate, the large log wall that greets you, you can see 3 figures in thick leathers and furs up above the top that all seem to be holding heavy crossbows and glancing over the top. They have some of them have arrows nocked and long bows, and one of them shouts, "Who rides with what business?" Lady Vesterogna of the Cerberus Assembly, my business is my own, and I come with my companions. Bit of a conversation. Right, just don't cause any trouble. We got glass blades all over the place. We're keeping an eye on you.
Okay.
The doors.
Splates.
Glass blades you've heard before, though you may not have. That is the name of the Uthadurnian guard.
Yeah, remember?
What a cool name.
As the gates slowly shift open, only but maybe 3 feet. They're heavy enough that they only have to open so wide to let you through. And as you push in, you're immediately greeted by these muddy streets of gray and brown slush with the snow itself packed off to the sides, and these heavy hills of white snow that push against the rickety, rustic wooden buildings that push against the narrow streets and alleys. You can see the dirt and sand and a thick layer of snow that pushes into many of the untraveled paths. You can see footsteps and small walkways from between where the wall and the exterior buildings meet, where individuals walk through. But the number of people that live here, the population, is not so dense as to be anywhere near as continuously walked as such as Rexentrim or Zadash, from where you previously hailed from. Most of the villagers appear to be Uthadurnian in origin. You see dwarf and elf alike, as well as a smattering of other people and of other backgrounds wandering the streets with warmer attire. You can see most everyone is armed and armored in some way. This rough and tumble location outside of any central center for civilization, especially in a place as challenging in both weather pattern and whatever else may exist in the wilds beyond these heavy walls. Folks have to keep themselves protected.
Does this feel like a town with families, or is it kind of just a in-between spot destination, almost like a fort?
Yeah, or is it frozen deadwood?
Exactly. It feels like frozen deadwood. Would you say perception?
Mm-hmm.
Investigation.
Do perception.
It's not good. 15?
15?
13. Even worse.
Okay. Well, looking through the town, as you make your way through the first couple streets into the first kind of what you can, if you would call it a thoroughfare, it's these thin roads kind of open into one crossroad that's a bit wider, and you can see there's a couple of poles that rise up with hooks on them, what looks to be oil lanterns hanging from them, though they are not currently lit. And as you kind of glance about, you can see a handful of children here with accompaniment, parental or otherwise. And you get the sense that there probably are families here, but most everyone you see around you appear to be going about their business of the day, pulling carts of supplies from location to location. And you get the sense, based on the proximity of the coastline, this is most likely a heavily fishing-based village as far as the sustenance that comes here. Anything else as far as vegetation and alternative means of sustenance would probably make its way from Uthadurn and not be grown anywhere nearby.
Frozen deadwood.
Anchorage.
Anchorage.
Are the streets like cared for here, or is it like shin-high, knee-high snow?
The streets aren't cared for. There's no real cobblestone. It is just mud and dirt, with the snow becoming slush. And you can see there are pools and small puddles as you continue to push through, where your footfalls splatter and slide against the slick bottom of this walkway. You can see a lot of the snow is pushed to the sides, whether it be just through people naturally making their way through, or folks come through in the morning and possibly shovel off to give it some sort of a walkway. Let's see. Actually, with your passive investigation, I'd say looking about at the various shapes on the ground and the patterns of snow, you can see it looks like the main roads are shoveled. There are grooves in both the mud and the gathering embankments of slush and snow that lead you to believe that people do care somewhat to it, or at least let people pass through.
Straight down to the docks?
Let's go.
Yeah.
So?
Yeah.
Okay. Passing by the buildings, they are of kind of patchwork make. You see some structures that have architecture that resembles the slapdash wood-on-nail presentation that a lot of Shady Creek Run had. You see some buildings that have a semblance of elvish construction, but due to a lack of materials or a lack of time, it lacks the polish and pizzazz that a lot of these structures within Uthadurn carried. You can see there are a couple of small, appear to be almost tavern or food acquisition locations within here. You see one large lodge in the center here. It looks like one of the larger buildings that you saw from a distance, this massive meeting hall type lodge that has these gargantuan tusks or horns that adorn over the main doorway, and the sign that says Winter's Tit Lodge. Continuing past, you go towards what looks to be what you assume at a glance, one of the Glassblade's quarters. You can see a number of Glassblade soldiers are kind of training on the outside. There's an open area where the field has been cleared out of most snow, and there are archery stations, there are practice dummies, there are racks for armor and weapons that are currently being distributed or currently worn by soldiers in training with the attire. And the Glassblades have not a direct uniform, but they have colors and some pins and patterns to signify their presence and membership of the Glassblades. But even they, as a body of people, have a very scattered semblance of uniform. And that is labeled as the Nowhere's Quarter.
The training ground?
Yes. Continuing on the southeastern side of this main street, this seems, as you start to walk further in, most of this village is built around one large circle of a main road, with a series of smaller alleyways and roads that break up the center. So the entire village is kind of a big loop around this central road that just kind of circles around it on the interior, kind of matching the perimeter walls in a kind of oval type positioning. But the back end of the wall does break away. And as you continue around the southeast side, kind of heading more towards the north, you can see where the wall comes to an end, right at the edge of the cliff. And you can see there appears to be some signs of part of a wall that has broken off, like some sort of erosion or impact has caused an element of the wall there to have toppled off the edge of the cliff and out of sight. You can see bits of metal kind of bent and broken at the hinge to where that attachment once was. But you do beyond that see the ocean. As you get closer, you see some individuals coming with their heavy furred coats with what looks to be heavy nets filled with all kinds of fish. A couple of individuals come by. You see this tall, lanky elven gentleman carrying two wooden, looks like crates in each hand. And as they come by, you can see these large crustaceans within that are currently kind of clattering and moving about within. You see where they're coming from. There is a large and a switchback staircase that emerges from the edge of the seaside cliff and then heads down along its length out of sight to an area below. And as you begin to approach that, you can see a modest series of docks about maybe 50, 60 feet from the edge of this cliff to where the shore actually meets the icy waters below.
Lead the way, Lord.
This way.
There is two of you, Captain.
Everything about the ocean.
It really does.
Heading down towards the docks below, you can see the winding walkway kind of eventually comes down to this sand/snow beach. And there upon that area where they meet, where a number of large rocks kind of emerge from the surf, these heavy wooden docks press out 20, 30, some even 60 feet out into the open water. Rickety at first glance, but functional at least enough to still be here and working. You can see about 6 vessels of varying size that are currently docked at the moment. A handful of icy ocean fishing vessels, looks like 2 reinforced cargo ships, a singular large icebreaker ship that's fitted with armaments, and you can see what looks to be a dock house that sits to what would be the western side of the docks that 2 individuals right now are in the process of a conversation or argument. You can't quite tell
How many of the ships look like icebreaker ships?
There's one icebreaker ship.
We want that one, right?
And icebreakers, to signify, the other ships are, you can see, the cargo ships are built pretty hardily and have some similarities to the icebreaker ship in how the bow itself is a little wider and has pointed edges that are meant to hit and break through surface ice in thin glacial islands that may meet here in the icy waters. The fishing vessels are not fitted that way, and you gather probably don't travel too far from this bank itself and just fish in the nearby waters. The icebreaker itself is a massive ship, and the exterior of it is reinforced with iron or some sort of a heavier, darker metal. And you can see it comes to a very pronounced point that is edged outward and disappears beneath the surface of the water in front of it, meant to wedge and break any heavy ice banks that hit it while it's on its way there.
Yeah, let's get that one.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Ford, you sure you can handle a big piece of equipment like that?
No idea. Fun to find out, though, won't it?
All right.
We're a long way from Zadash.
So, Vess goes, well, if we are to acquire passage, I'll go ahead and speak with the dockmaster.
Oh.
And she begins to make her way towards the dockhouse. You can wait here. You can go with.
I'm gonna make a snowman while I wait.
Okay. You have not a whole lot of time, but you work pretty quick. Yeah. It would be a small snowman, but you make one nevertheless pretty easily. Before Vess returns with a rolled up piece of parchment and goes, very well. Since you have requested the icebreaker, looks like we have bought passage on top the Midnight Hammer.
Whoa.
The Midnight Hammer, that sounds fabulous.
Hammer.
Hammer?
The Midnight Hammer sounds even better. Going to put a teeny little dick on my teeny little snowman.
Heading towards the edge of the dock and onto the gangplank that puts onto the actual deck of the ship, as you begin to step, you can see one of the sailors in the ship, themselves all heavily bundled up. This kind of rough and tumble looking, very dark-skinned dwarf with a deep red beard glances over beneath his cap with the fur flaps on the side and goes, hey, what's the business here? And Vess hands the materials over to him and looks at it. You come! Brief time passes before stepping up to alongside. You see a male elf, tall but portly, kind of a heavier midsection with this red and graying kind of chin strap beard. You're not used to seeing elves with facial hair. Half elves usually, but elves generally, to grow a beard this thick is impressive. But with your time you spend in Uthadurn, you do know that there are elves with some hints of dwarvish blood and dwarves with elvish blood, and you can definitely see a pronounced dwarvish heritage displaying itself within this elf individual. His posture is a bit odd and off, how his shoulders kind of slink forward, and his tall self seems to sit in this kind of S formation from a sideways angle. His hair on top is slicked back and has been wetted, and you can tell that because there are elements of ice that have gathered at certain edges where it seems to have frozen to the side of his head. He has what looks to be a wooden carved pipe that kind of rests out of one corner of his mouth with a lazy drift of smoke. And he has these thick eyebrows that currently look furrowed as he steps forth and takes the sheet of paper and looks at it over and goes, all right, so you've bought your way here to ride on the Midnight Hammer, is that right? Mm-hmm. Okay, step on. We'll leave before nightfall.
Who are you?
Me, Captain Kem Liard.
Kemliard.
Kemliar.
Kemliard?
Captain.
How would you spell your name, Captain?
Kemliard.
Oh, yeah, Kim Liard, obviously.
I was very close.
Any rules we should know about on your ship, Captain Kem?
Well, namely, don't touch nothing that's not yours. Stay away from the edges. And keeping warm is your own business. Keeping fed is your own business. Get your supplies before you leave. That's about it.
And have fun.
That's entirely up to you.
Okay.
Captain, how long is the journey to Balin Post?
Well, we're heading to, and you see Vest goes and points at the paper and goes, Bailing Post it is. Bailing Post it is. That'll be, depending on weather, anywhere between 7 to 12 days. Ooh. It's a roundabout journey, but it's better than going through the southern waters there, but dangerous. So, get supplies for a trip as long.
How big is your crew?
Our crew's 10. 10 full.
10 plus us, so that's nine of us plus Mr. Rogner.
What would you say is the most common danger encountered on the seas this far north?
Terrible weather, thick ice sheets, mysterious fogs, water beasts.
Water beasts?
Like dragon turtles.
Oh, I certainly hope we don't come in one of those. I haven't seen one out these parts.
What kind of water beasts then?
Anything that makes its way onto your ship?
Generally no, but we got those to take care of them. And he points over, you can see there's these heavy pieces of cloth, like tarps, that are thrown over 3 elements on the dock itself. And he glances over, you can see one of the crew members is currently underneath and checking something, and they pull it off, and as they do, you can see this massive ballista that is affixed to the top of the deck. One of 3, it looks like. The front of it, you can see it has a unique mixture of both elven and dwarven. It has that thickness of dwarven build, but it has elegant runes and this... you can gather some sort of enchantment built into the ballista. And you can see next to the ground next to it, there is a heavy metal case that contains, even at first glance, maybe 24 of these 4-foot long metal bolts that have these jagged arrow points at the front and a kind of blunt base at the back for the ballista to catch and thrust forward with.
Wow, cool.
So if any sort of beasts come on here, we got a few here who've had some experience. Nothing too crazy.
Well, we are at your disposal if you need anything. Some of us are quite experienced ourselves, but we will stay out of your way, Captain, unless you require us.
Well, if you hear me shouting, come and help. Just don't get in the way. Okay.
Do we need to gather food and supplies for our trip, or are you good?
Do we have enough water pastries for us?
Do we need to pick up any do we have food?
You can do the thing where you...
Some rations, or...
No, we're all looking at you.
I mean...
Do we have food? Do we have rations?
We have some if you want something tasty. I'm sure we could pick up some meat and some pickles while we're here. I imagine they sell that kind of thing.
And pickles would be a smart idea.
Yeah, even walking through, you spotted a few places that sold dried meats, fresh fish, all sorts of basic rations, meal-based breads and heavy oats.
Get ourselves a couple weeks worth of goodness.
Sure.
Yeah. It's a little pricier up here because of the remoteness of it, but if you're looking to buy yourself 2 weeks worth of serviceable rations for each of you, let's see here, I'd put it at about
15,000 gold.
about 10 gold apiece.
10 gold for
2 weeks worth of serviceable, modest rations.
Costs are no joke.
Let's do it. Duty free, baby.
Yeah.
I'll pay for you and you.
What?
Don't you have like nothing left?
You can take half that cost if you want to, if you just take fish.
Nah.
Oh, I got...
I'll live it up.
No.
But everything else is imported from Uthadurn to here, so the prices are a lot higher.
I also have all these boba. All of the glass jar.
It's true, you do have that.
Nourishment.
I have tea. Between the two of us, we should be fine.
It's like food on New Zealand.
I'll get the food.
What?
Wait, for everybody?
Yeah.
Oh,
10 gold per person, Yasha.
Yeah, but I mean, I have money. What else am I gonna do with it?
Oh my gosh.
I have to eat.
You guys, everyone is so generous and wonderful, and I'm just so proud of us all.
I thought
That's
Bo
all.
was,
Yeah,
but like you're
nice.
really
That's
nice.
a nice check-in. That's nice.
Bo was nice, but that's super nice.
Well, it's all It all works.
No, it's
I'm
true.
teasing you. Yeah, you're nice.
It's true. If I had to pick the two nicest members of the Mighty Nine, it would be Yasha and Bo.
Right there.
Well, I don't know if that's all true, but
I think
mean,
that's pretty true.
yeah.
It's very accurate, yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Caduceus.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thanks.
Thank you, Yasha.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Ford.
Thank you, Veth. Thank you, Caleb.
Thank you, Caduceus.
Are we doing a circle where we say what we're thankful for?
Ma.
Is that what's happening?
Good night, Pa.
No.
Oh, that's weird coming from me.
I'm gonna make lots more snowmen while we're here waiting to leave. With little dicks on all of them.
Okay, fair.
All around town, wherever we go.
Tiny snowman, big dick,
Yeah.
big snowman, little dick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just for variety's sake.
3, 5.
You do begin to gather a small crowd of glass blades that at first are just following out of suspicion and then eventually start just following out of amusement for all the varying artistic representations you're creating in the surrounding snow.
Nice.
We can't get where we're going by magical means because it is somehow isolated or sealed off.
That's weird.
I was about to ask, am I being impatient if we figure out if we can...
Icebreaker ship.
No,
But it's
you
so
shut up with your
slow.
magic.
She said it's hard to bamf there. She said it's
Yes,
dangerous.
magic is
Okay.
screwy there.
Magic gets
Seven-
It's
weird.
possible, but it's risky.
Yeah.
Also,
Risk
icebreaker
merging
ship.
with a glacier.
All right, icebreaker ship.
I'm
Let's
here.
go.
I'm here for icebreaker.
Come on,
All right,
yeah.
all right.
Yeah, I'm kind
Let's road truckers. Let's
Alaskan
do
cruises.
But I get-
Captain Liard, we should ask who your first mate is in case we need to, just follow your chain of command.
Oh, well, that would be Ruega.
Ruega.
Ruega Timbercall.
this. Rega Timbercall.
Ruega Timbercall. And what does what do they look like?
Let me introduce you. Ruega? And he looks over and you see this stout, burly, fucking tough as nails dwarf woman with tattoos all up both arms, sleeveless in the freezing cold except for a couple of bracers
Dope.
on, thick furred leather vest over the front of her torso. You can see her kind of whitish hair is pulled into this really, really, really tight bun behind and it's shaved underneath the sides. You can see there's a bit of these gray whiskers that are gathered to the front of her chin that come down into this like twisted knot that seems to be gelled or glued with some sort of substance to a icicle point beneath. And she kind of hums up and goes, "Hi, you called for me?"
Yes, we'll be passengers on your ship. We're just letting you know we'll make ourselves available to you if you need.
Good to know. Can you tie a rope?
Yeah, we can.
Yes, in fact, a few of us can.
Yeah.
Can you clean a deck?
Almost all of us can do that.
Good. Because I'm going to put you to work.
Sounds fair. I'm sure it's a lost sentiment, but wishing you calm seas ahead.
Calm seas indeed.
She spits and like flash freezes on the deck.
That's a
Oh,
thing.
wow. It's really cold here, you guys.
Yeah, I wrapped my scarf several more times around my head. It's like this now.
I love it.
That's nice.
Is that all you need, Captain?
Aye, don't worry. Just getting ready to leave here in a few hours. And be nice. These folks have paid quite a handsome sum to travel with us.
Kai.
And she just walks away.
Bye, Ruega.
Jeez.
Can I find Vess and just say, just out of curiosity, how much did you drop on this particular voyage?
Well, the Assembly has access to general coffers for purposes such as this, research and otherwise, interests internally. I figured 250 gold passage fee was more than sufficient to get acquisition of the ship immediately and to shift their intended destination.
Did they mention where they were headed?
I did not ask. I did not care.
Sounds very fair.
Nevertheless, I'm going to go choose my quarters. And she makes her way below deck.
Oh, right, our quarters. Do we want to choose our quarters?
Yeah,
Yes?
good
Do we
I'd
do
love
that?
to put this down, yeah.
Okay. Interesting to note, the quarters below, with the 10 or so crew here, there are bunker chambers for them, many of which contain 4, 5 makeshift beds in insulated chambers below the deck. There are 3 of them. As far as chambers for you all, it's mainly just cargo space.
Oh no!
Fuck.
This is not a travel vessel.
What does the dome do against weather?
It's very comfortable inside the dome.
So it can be freezing outside. And
Wait,
comfortable inside.
we have a mansion. We have a tower.
Can we do
Oh, yes,
mansion
yes,
these
yes.
The
days?
ship is moving. Does the tower stay where it is?
No, it comes with. Right? I don't know.
You tell me, Scanman.
As long as the
From
frame.
what I've read,
Yeah, if the frame
actually have
is
no idea.
rooted on the ship,
that is a
right?
good question.
I consider it.
space?
I consider it relatively anchored to the location it is placed. Meaning, if you were to cast it on a moving vessel, it would stay anchored to the vessel that is moving.
Where I jam
Okay,
the wand.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it goes without saying that at night, the hull of this ship in salt water below freezing is going to be very, very cold.
But we're going to be wrapped up in cat blankets,
That's
so we'll be
right.
fine.
It is. As you do go below deck, it is warmer below the deck. The ship is insulated for that purpose. It's still chilly. It's not the most comfortable interior, but it is designed to keep the crew from freezing to death after many, many nights at sea.
Mansion.
Well, there is the interesting hypothetical if there is some sort of sea beast, as we were warned, and the ship goes under, and we step out of the door a mile under the ocean, that would be bad.
Yes, you can breathe underwater. However, I do think you'll expire in less than 7 minutes.
I can cast the thing that makes you'll just shoot right up to the surface. I've got that spell.
Sure, it's
I
just
mean,
you're
that-
still
Not
in the
right
water
now.
at
It
that
just
point.
sounds like a
Then-
challenge to me.
Well,
I'm
I
like
feel like
here
we could
for
survive.
it. Yeah,
That'd be
we
fine.
I feel like,
totally.
you
feel like
know,
there's a plan.
we have ways to bamf both of us to Nicodranas, worst
Everybody.
case scenario, so we're fine.
Sounds like a win-win.
Fine.
We got dry
Instantaneously.
suits on this bitch, right? We're fine. It's fine. It's no big deal.
All right. Well, we'll pick some sort of quarters area to give it the appearance that we're going to be sleeping in
Okay.
a place.
Now, because they're not bringing any heavy cargo, there's a lot of open space beneath the deck here. So it's very, very easy for you guys to carve out a section of the hold beneath for you with plenty of room.
Cool.
And you can even bring over some cots and various other benches and make a makeshift space to sit and kind of like have a table and a living space if you wanted so below the deck.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Set up some
shimmy
coat
some
hangers.
crates around so that it like makes a little wall so we have some privacy.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. As the night grows darker and darker, pushing itself towards the oncoming dusk, the bells begin to go off around the ship. Ding, 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 ding. As that happens, the gangplank is lifted up onto the ship. The anchors are pulled up, and you didn't really see any sails on this. You saw a couple of like poles up there. It looked like they had what would be sails almost, but there were no actually like pieces of material hanging from them. The ship lurches forward suddenly.
Ooh, can we run up and see what's going on?
Oh yeah.
You run up and kind of look off to the sides, and you can see water being displaced on either side of the ship. And to the back, you can see there's a heavy bit of water being kicked up.
Are we being pulled by a team of dolphins?
Roll a perception check,
Loads.
if anybody would like to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Natural
Well,
20,
12 for me.
30.
Oh,
Alrighty.
Ride,
Natural
Flipper,
20.
ride!
With my new D20.
You did hear this kind of like heavy whirring sound below the decks. This kind of like sound, and as you glance off to the side beneath the cold water, you can see what looks to be some sort of a heavy metallic, almost like a lengthy spiraling platform beneath the water that just like massive propellers, something, a clockwork construct that is pushing forward with or without wind.
Where is the engine, though? Can I find the captain?
Yep, the captain is currently on top and is keeping an eye out there, has a small table next to the wheel at the back, and is setting a course off to the north. And as you kind of step up to the side, he's not quite paying attention to you at the moment.
I don't mean to disturb. I've just noticed...
Right.
Your ship has a bizarre mode of propulsion. How does it work?
Not entirely certain myself. No mishmake.
No mishmake?
Aye. It's bequeathed to me by my father.
Does it require more moving parts underneath the vessel, or is it magical means?
Oh, plenty. Just don't go to the very, very bottom. All sorts of danger in that space.
Very, very bottom of the ship?
Aye.
Like a compartment that we should entirely avoid?
Just if the noise getting really loud, don't go further.
Right. I will make sure that everyone knows that part. Is there a door to go down there that we should know about near the bow or the stern?
If you see a door with a sign that says, "Do not enter,"
that's the one?
Do not enter.
Fair enough.
We've lost one curious crew member there before.
Good.
Real big miss.
I will head down and disperse that information to everyone.
I'll go look for the door.
Do you want us to break in and find it? And
I think that was the exact opposite of what the captain said.
Yeah, but I mean,
he did say, though, someone of your size is very welcome to rummage about, play, hang things up, do whatever they feel is necessary.
We'll get to the bottom of this.
The ocean.
As we start to leave the docks, I'll head to the bow of the ship, just thinking about the last fucking time we were out on the sea and what happened. And I'll just try and clear my mind and meditate and say a silent prayer to the Wild Mother, hoping for calm seas and protection from certain eyes.
Okay. There is something very comforting about the quiet this far north. It's odd at first because there is no heavy series of waves crashing against the shore. There is no sound of seabirds cawing in the sky above. The wind is relatively still and chilled. But the quiet is peaceful. And as you kind of close your eyes, kind of the last thing you're seeing is that distant blue horizon. You remember the feeling of that ocean breeze on your skin, and remembering all the times when you were younger, that moment when you emerge onto an open sea, and kind of the unbridled possibility that lies before you. And that feeling comes to you in this moment as well. It's comforting. As you consolidate these memories and kind of give this prayer out to the Wild Mother, you feel that unexpected warmth of her presence come to you. The chill leaves your body, and that warmth envelops the darkness behind your closed eyelids, and visions of warm horizons meet you again, of sunrises on seas you've never seen, islands uncharted and unvisited, ships and struggles and ocean depths below, mysteries hidden. And yet it feels like home. And as her presence is there, though wordlessly, you can interpret the emotions coming from the Wild Mother here. And it feels like she's saying, is this the freedom you seek?
Yes.
Like the waters you live upon and traverse, that shift and bend and exist to move around whatever blocks their path, or hold stalwart against those that would wish to defeat it. Do you wish to be like this ocean?
I can't think of a greater way to spend the rest of my days.
Do you trust the skies above, the portents of nature, that I may try best to warn and keep you safe on these journeys?
Yes.
And do you swear to follow this inspiration, to seek out the mysteries hidden beneath the waves and beyond that eternal horizon?
Fuck yes.
Then your path is clear. So you take your oath of the open sea.
Oh, what? What's that?
Dope.
And that is your chosen paladin path.
Awesome. That was so cool.
Open.
That's in here?
It should be.
Open sea?
What does that do?
That's awesome.
Yo, whoa, yo, whoa.
So, the ship is set off, and the still waters, it's, of all the times you've spent on the ocean, there's something weirdly eerie and peaceful about seeing just a still expanse of deep blue around you. For the first day of travel, what would you like to do, if anything at all?
Yeah.
I'll find 4 hours to kill the last of a bit of homework for a spell that I've been carrying around.
Okay. Easy enough to do on this journey.
I feel like you should send a message to the dragon turtle. And just be like, hey, we're in the ocean. Come fucking find us.
That could be pretty awesome.
There's no way he's going to get up here that fast.
I mean, I don't know how fast they travel.
Or not. It's fine.
I'm going to wait, and I'm going to do that before bed, just because I won't be able to keep myself.
There's no way he can get up here. It'll take weeks, months for him to get up here.
Should we,
No, not really.
should we check in on Molly at some point?
I was going to scry, if that's okay.
Sure, if you'd
I'll
like.
have to try to scry on Molly again.
Okay. So you find some of your space beneath the hull, one of the private corners where nobody's really kind of paying attention.
Behind a couple crates, you know.
All right. As you focus, your vision is pulled once more into the gray sky above, carried through the expanse of white before you, before your vision clarifies on the familiar leather and fur wrapped figure currently sitting what looks to be in some sort of the mouth of a cavern with a fire lit, and is sitting just staring into the flames back against the stone wall on the inside of this little alcove, just kind of chewing on some sort of dried jerky.
What's his posture like? Is it very different from Molly's?
Make an insight check.
15?
15? It definitely seems more pensive and balled up. You know, you recall Molly was very out and open. This is much more huddled and contemplative.
I'm gonna talk to the traveler. He seems different, doesn't he?
From what I've seen and remember, yes, he does. No, death does change a person.
Yeah. I wonder if any of Molly's left in there.
Who's to say? But I mean, I can't say I'm not curious either.
I know, I really want to find out.
What's the best way to find out?
I mean, we could just send him a message. Or we just track him down and, I guess, talk to him in person.
The choice is yours. Either way, I'll be watching.
Can I see any of his other compatriots around him?
Make a perception check.
15?
15. Unfortunately, no. the focus of the scry is very localized to him, and because of the proximity of the fire, you can see brightness to one side with the flicker of the flames, and the rest beyond that is just shadow.
Okay. All right. I guess we can head back.
Okay. Anybody else want to accomplish anything, or do we go ahead and move on to...
I'd like to run a commune really quickly.
All right.
Go out to the front of the ship, set up a little space.
Tag.
Yeah. My turn.
All right. You see one of the other crew hands is kind of just eyeing you oddly as you set up this small personal space, but doesn't engage. It's just like...
I turn my eyes completely white.
Goes back to his work.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Is Kree heading to the same destination we are?
As you close your eyes, the cold breeze becomes not just like a gentle warmth, but like a hot coastal day. And any semblance of chill in the air is absent for a number of seconds.
Is he ahead of us?
The warmth remains, but the breeze picks up, this time from behind you, pushing forward, leading you to believe that perhaps the subject of this question is also ahead.
Does Vest know more about the Tomb Takers than they let on?
The breeze becomes chilled once more. The space around you uncertain and non-committal.
That'll do. All right. Thank you.
And as you finish your communion, you marvel as the snow that is gathered upon the deck, just the kind of gentle snowfall that's begun to slightly drift down as the afternoon turns closer into evening, for about a 10-foot radius around you, it is completely melted.
That's all.
Yeah, that's nice. All right. Let's put on my hat, go back.
All right. So, for the first day's travel, who wants to roll a d10?
Oh,
I do.
Go for
you're
it.
the captain.
Well, not
Sort
this
of.
time. 8.
8. Okay.
What does that do?
So, right as the sun begins to set, you hear a voice from the front of the deck of the ship go, "Captain!
Oh no.
Sighted below! Wreckage below!"
Wreckage.
Another bell begins to ring, just a singular one from the front. Some of the crew begins to shuffle forward, and you guys all begin to hear this and scatter up. You can now see, whereas the open ocean that has met you this far into the journey has now become clustered patches of ice sheet, an ice shelf. Broken little islands and jagged clefts of frozen water that the ship is beginning to now push through and break through. And it's been doing this for about 30 or so minutes, and you can feel each impact kind of grind through the ship with a faint vibration. But at this point, as you glance over, you can see as it's pushed through this one section of the frozen open water, there appears to be elements of wrecked ship that is pressed into one of these icy islands, and floating bits of frost-covered, shattered wood in the waters around you. The captain glances over the side and goes, Right, salvaging team, let's go ahead and gather. See if there's any supplies or any survivors. Don't know how long it's been, as well as an investigation to see how much time has passed since this had occurred. Do you have any volunteers?
Yes, I'll go.
I'll go.
2 volunteers for the mission. Anyone else?
I'll go.
Yeah, I mean, fuck yeah, let's do this.
You're gonna go?
Everybody else is going.
Oh, in there? Well, I'll just watch from the side.
Fuck yeah, let's.
We're doing
I'm
this, then
sorry, I
let's do
misunderstood.
All right.
What's Drogna doing? She's hanging back.
Drogna's hanging back.
Yeah.
She's staying for the most part on her own. She's in a not so unexpected way. Her personal quarters looks like it was a storage region of this ship. But whenever she emerges, the interior of the storage chamber looks like a beautiful, much larger, lush room. Almost familiar.
It's all over it.
She's not worried about the boat going under.
At least not during the day. So, you guys, what do you want to do to prepare to go and check into this salvage?
Are we gonna like jump into the water and like look?
What are you gonna do?
Well,
It's up to you guys.
How far off is the wreckage from the side of
Are we
the
close enough
icebreaker?
to jump on from
Lowering
the...
rope
the midnight
ladders. I guess we could ask Ruaga
maybe?
Timbercall. Are we going to lower rope ladders? Or are we making our way off the ship?
Plan to get a bit closer. Then we could drop some ladders, but it's still mostly open icy sea, so
What's the thickness of the ice around these parts this time of year?
She glances over with her one like squinky Popeye-like eye.
hard to see at this sort of light and at this distance since it's this close to nightfall itself. But I'd say the sheets of ice come anywhere between 20, 30 feet deep.
Oh.
Not more.
Better to send someone lighter to test it. Veth, are you open to go first and check the ice?
To the ice? I'll go to ice.
Oh,
Sure,
yeah.
sure.
Frozen water.
Well, I mean,
Why?
it's different. Like,
just want to make- I just
steam
want
is
to be-
also
I want to
water,
be
but
clear, knowing you have a thing with water.
yeah, but I'm fine with steam.
great.
I'm fine with other forms of water, just not the liquid form.
Would you like me would you like me to hold your hand at the bottom of the ladder so in case it
Yes,
breaks or
sure.
I don't know, for safety?
Yes,
I mean, I'm sure you can hold on to the
No,
ladder.
no,
She's
I
fine.
can. Please hold my hand.
Okay.
Are you just going to lower me onto the ice? Is that what's
We're all going to go.
Oh, okay.
So we'll say for the purposes of this, you all decide, it's going to be a group investigation check, but you all decide what your particular focus is as part of this investigation / salvage venture towards the wreckage of this ship.
I'm going to.
So it's frozen in the ice or it's under the ice?
You can see elements of a ship that looks like it crashed into and kind of partially beached itself onto the ice, but then elements of it had broken away and sunken beneath the water. And you can see elements of shattered and floating wood that has since frosted over and adhered to the side of the ice. You only see maybe half of a ship here. The rest of it may have been pulled into the ocean below.
Once we get down there, unless there are any objections, Caleb, Jester, and Bo, if you'd like to investigate, I'd like Yasha to join me on security because we're on ice. I don't know what else lives out here or might be preying on things that cause vibrations on this ice shelf. And Caduceus, if you wouldn't mind keeping your keen ear,
Oh, of course.
might be able to work most quickly that way.
Sure.
I can do that. Do you want to go under the ice, or you want to stay in the half of the ship that's above water?
Don't think we want to go under the ice.
Yeah, it feels
ever.
real bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Does anybody want water walk? I can do that.
I think we're fine on the ice right now.
Famous last words, but sure.
Okay.
It'll just mean you can't go underwater if you want to.
Oh.
You know what? We're out on the ocean, underwater breathing. Everybody wins a prize. Okay.
All right.
I'm going to
Alright.
cast
420 every day.
Enhance ability Fox's Cunning on Bo to give her advantage on investigation.
Okay.
What advantage? What?
You get advantage on investigation,
investigation.
checks.
Cool.
Intelligence checks in general.
Yes.
Alrighty. So who all is actually going down to investigate? You're Ford and Yasha and Caduceus. You're staying to keep watch.
We're going to be.
Security
Him down there
detail.
as well.
Yeah, okay, got you. All right, so
You don't want to come?
I'll come
You are,
if we're not going in the water. Yeah, I'm in.
okay,
Yeah,
so
but also me with the recent buff.
fair enough. So there is no rope ladder that leads below. It is as a chain and iron ladder. There are just these two sets of chains with heavy metallic bits, but each of the rungs themselves are wrapped in leather, so you don't have to like touch frozen metal as you make your way down. One by one, you climb down onto the ice shelf and it is slick, and stopping by the edge where it is, it's crashing into the ship. it's pretty precarious to stay on the ice. Some of you do slip in a bit and fall into the water. Let's say anyone with a dex under 13 who's making their way down ends up into the icy water, immediately chilling you, but the rest help you up and onto the ice. So, whoever is engaging in the investigation, go ahead and roll an investigation check for me, please.
Guidance.
Engaging.
You said 1, 2, 3? All right.
And you get advantage.
I get advantage.
That's
On
cool.
perception.
Hold off on perception yet. We'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
What'd you get there,
roll.
Jesse?
4. Did I find anything?
No.
23.
23,
19.
19.
27.
Hey.
All right. So, because less people were involved, the DC was higher, but you all rolled pretty damn well, so that balanced it out. You discover amongst the wreckage there 5 frozen corpses.
Ooh.
Bodies that were frozen before they were able to bloat at sea. It looks like none of them died from any wounds. It looks like they all died from exposure
Yikes.
and the temperature at sea. Some are floating in the water, and their bodies are actually frozen against the wreckage. Very much like Jack on the door in
I'll never let go, Rose.
Yep.
I can fit on the fucking square.
And there's 2 of them you see that actually were on the ice, and there looks like they were trying to make a fire that they couldn't get to work, and they just froze to death on the top there. Looking at their equipment on them, it's basic equipment, but 2 of them appear to wear symbology that leads you to believe that either are or were at some point righteous brand soldiers. So this looks to be an Empire excursion, or at least members of the Empire who were on this ship.
Interesting.
You also find numerous thick pelts that are frozen together, but when thawed could probably be serviceable and sellable for what would be worth about 65 gold pieces altogether. So a collection of pelts.
I'll take one of them.
And perception checks, please, from both of you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yasha as well.
Yep.
Big rolls, Yasha.
27.
27?
18.
24.
Ooh.
Perception?
My perception is pretty high, but I also rolled really high.
Holy shit.
All right.
Best roll of the campaign.
Yeah, right?
What you guys find while they're going through the wreckage, floating kind of a little ways off in the water, it looks like it's a small box that's just kind of like drifting in the water.
Floating a little ways off.
You see that?
Huh. I'm going to use... where is it?
It's about 25, 30 feet from the edge of the ice where you are.
I'm going to use control water
Okay.
to bring it right up towards
You
that.
watch as from the somewhat shifting water from the presence of the ship, a bit of it seems to rise up like a pseudopod wave. It kind of begins to roll and rush this box as it lifts it to the front and brings it right towards Caduceus, and as it's about to crash upward, it just dissipates and the box gently lands right in your grasp.
Wow.
Detect
That was
magic.
cool.
You sense a faint magic essence in the box.
It could be a trap. So we'll wait.
Okay.
Sure, it's fine.
Let's open it.
Why don't you
Yeah.
just have Beth look at it?
Are you back already? Or?
I don't know.
We'll say about 30 minutes or so of investigating this entire circumstance, you feel pretty confident that you found what you could find that is salvageable within the wreckage. You do all suffer a point of exhaustion from being out here for this long in the cold, unprotected.
Is it because
What
we're
if
also
I'm
wet
cold
or
resistant?
just outside in general?
You would actually be the only one who does not suffer because you have cold resistance. You do not take a point of exhaustion.
Do you need me to disarm this thing for you?
Yeah, just double check to make sure it's safe.
All right, I will, with my mage hand,
Backing up.
check it for traps.
Okay, go for it. Roll investigation.
23.
23, it is not trapped, but it is locked.
I will try to unlock it.
23.
Thieves' tools plus dex.
35.
Wow!
It was a natural 20.
Unlock my heart on that one.
Holy shit.
Like, you've seen some people do lock picks, and it's a process of like two hands at once with a tool, like jimming it around and trying to find the right tumblers to click and shift, and it's a process. You just watch this mage hand go, like it's just one movement. If a semi-transparent, conjured, arcane hand without personality could give a shrug, it did. But the box just opens up.
What is it?
Nice.
What's in it?
Looking inside, you see what looks to be a small wooden scroll case of some kind.
It's a scroll case.
Magic Man.
Is this trapped? The case itself?
No.
Come on now.
All right, I'll look at it. 23.
It is not trapped, nor is it locked.
Open it up.
It's a fairly thick piece of parchment. It's a singular scroll. It has a very strong kind of. Some of the runes give you a sense of an abjuration-based enchantment, but you have to either spend some time with it or identify a spell to figure out specifically what it does.
Is that high quality paper or just basic bitch
It's a
paper?
miracle that it is dry, that it has survived floating at sea like this. Yeah, high quality. Well, let's get back on the ship.
Okay. As you guys get back up onto the ship, the crew goes, "Hey, welcome back! So did you find anything?" The captain's like, "Where'd you manage to salvage?"
This collection of frozen pelts.
All right, that's money. Put it in the boat, and some of the people take it and take it down below deck.
Except Ford took one of them.
Right, so you have one pelt that's worth 15 gold.
Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna fix that over my shoulder.
There you go.
Make it a thing.
Did we bring back any of the dead people, or did we not bring back any of the?
Oh, we didn't.
We found these 5 dead people.
Oh!
I mean,
They look at him.
we could talk to them later, find out what happened, if just in case it's something.
They all look at each other. You watch as Rhaegar goes like,
I can probably gather what happened to them.
and she goes and kicks one overboard.
Decompose.
One by one, the bodies are put back
Worked last time.
into the water. The ship picks up once more. The ice channel does slow the progression and add a day to the journey. These rolls and the different events that can happen can add days, take days away, and other events can happen.
And the point of exhaustion wasn't just because we got wet when we fell down the ladder. It's just being outside in this.
Just being out there, exerting yourself in this proximity of freezing water, freezing air, that kind of a deal.
How long were we out there about before the point of exhaustion hit? Ish.
I'd say
A few hours?
no, but close to an hour.
Oh,
Weird,
you guys.
Other weird question: is this the sort of thing protection from energy would help with?
If you choose cold, yes.
Cool. Good to know.
Protection from energy?
I have a spell that I can cast that will just make me give me a resistance to one type of damage for an hour.
Cool.
Yeah.
Or anybody else for that matter.
So
Fire resistance.
if it makes you feel better, it's less like a ticking. You take exhaustion every hour. It's not that cold. It's just exertion in an inhospitable environment like this would give you a point of exhaustion for the day or for this specific endeavor of activity in an unprotected space.
Good
Like we
clarification.
drank hot mulled wine on the deck of the ship and just sort of huddled together and relaxed.
Then you're
we'd
fine.
be fine.
Yeah.
But if we go
like if you're on the ship, but spending a period of time off the ship would be considered traversing.
On a glacier out in Antarctica.
An unhappy terrain. And for extended periods of time, that would bleed into, constitution checks and all sorts of things depending on the environment you're in. But for the purposes of this, it was just one endeavor, one specific task, and you managed to only suffer 1 point of exhaustion because of it. So anyway, you're back on the ship. You've traveled a day, but you've also gained a day of travel. We'll move on to the second day. So if you'd like to roll again.
Oh, yeah.
D10.
Anybody else want to roll, or is it just me?
Captain.
Captain.
9.
All right.
Suspicious.
The next morning comes to you, and you find heavy sea smoke, or what's called ice fog, begins to coat over the ocean ahead of you, making visibility very challenging for the day. You can hear the captain cursing, and occasionally the ship hits and grinds against some piece of heavy ice floe that was unseen before impacting with the front of the icebreaker. Thankfully, it's an icebreaker, so it seems to be able to handle these things. Other ships might have not fared as well, but the heavy clouds and such does add a day to the journey.
Jeez, we're not making a lot of progress.
You're not. It's slow going at this point, but it's also some really unlucky rolls.
Are we seeing
rolls.
during the crawling through the ice? Are we seeing anything out on the ice shelves? Any sort of animals or activity, life, anything?
Make a perception check.
7.
Unfortunately, this particular day, with this heavy ice fog, you're not able to see anything out there. Most of the sheets of ice that you can see, you notice after they've impacted, or they're right below the ship. You can just barely see the surface of the water for about 10 feet out from the base of the boat, and beyond that, it's just white fog.
Just out of curiosity, because we're crawling, at 5th level, I'll cast Create or Destroy Water. And that allows me to make a 50-foot cube of rain, which cancels out fog. Freezing rain. So it should clear like a 50-foot cube out to one side.
For how long?
It's instantaneous, so not very long, just to see what's out there.
See what's out there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I hate Stephen King novels.
Fair enough. As you kind of concentrate and put your hand out in front of you, you watch as this pattering sound begins to hit the water ahead, as this freezing rain begins to cut through this fog, and as you see the water below begins to open up in this 50-foot area in front of the ship, and it is just numerous small pieces of broken ice floe, and you do see for a split second what looks to be two darker colored seals that dart beneath the icy water out of their visual range as soon as your ship begins to approach where they were resting. So there is life out here.
Okay.
Dire seals.
I'm gonna
The elephant seals look nasty.
Put it back.
What's up, Jester?
I'm gonna take out the rod of hand warming, and I'm gonna get my pastries that I bought. I'm gonna put them on the rod and warm them up and pass out some pastries.
That is proper use of magical items. Yes.
It's
Yes.
just a stick of uranium. Like, we're all gonna die.
This tastes great. What are my teeth falling out?
Take a point of exhaustion every year.
Yep. Alrighty.
If we're jumping day by day, I would have checked out what that scroll was.
All right. So with that, and you can go ahead and add this to your collection there. It is a scroll of protection, specifically for aberrations.
Okay.
And you can look up in D&D Beyond specifically what that does. Just put scroll of protection, aberrations.
Okay. And I will use 6 hours on the previous day, and if this day is about to go up, another 6 hours to do studying to absorb another spell.
You got it.
Okay.
All right.
I'll sit down next to Caleb while he's poring over his books, and I'm going to sketch for like 30 minutes before I get bored.
What are you drawing?
I'm drawing a hot cup of cocoa.
Oh, there are dicks in it.
No, there's two very lovely marshmallows that they're just cozying up, snuggling up next to each other.
Yeah.
With consent.
With consent.
We're not talking about grass, are we?
No, I'm talking about marshmallows.
Marshmallows.
Yeah.
Okay. Felt like there was a hidden meaning for a moment.
No.
Okay.
Just marshmallows.
Okay.
Marshmallows with wings, marshmallows with staffs, marshmallows.
There it is.
Okay. I see.
All right. Third day at sea. Go ahead and roll a d10 for me.
Come on, Ford.
Marshmallow. With wings and stabs.
6.
6. Alrighty. A fair day's travel.
Yay! We did it!
So, no major issues on this length of the journey.
Guys, we won the campaign.
You did. Success.
We won D&D.
Clear skies ahead. The temperature almost seems slightly warmer this day. It's a comfortable day of passage, and you can see just even the general atmosphere on the ship itself. The crew seems to be a little more jovial and a little more relaxed than the previous 2 days. Fourth day journey. You want to roll again?
Sure.
All right.
8.
8.
Man.
Another ice channel. There is no wreckage this time, but it does add a day to the journey.
So how many days are we at now?
It's our 4th day of
6.
travel,
Yeah.
but we've only moved 1 day.
Oh no. Is that true?
Yeah.
It's you have about 6 more days of travel.
We're gonna eat these people.
Oh shit.
It's a rough
On a
go.
party of 9.
All right.
Should have kept
I'm gonna
warp.
roll the next one.
Could have turned them into bacon.
I think we just
have
passed
one
that shipwreck that we
usage.
investigated.
Who's gonna roll?
Are these both
Let me roll one
backward?
more.
More, and then we'll start going round.
1.
Yay!
That's probably not good either.
Yeah.
And we sing.
Is it the extremes?
All right.
Cool.
So
Buckle the
Alright,
fuck up.
so-
All right.
that morning,
Okay, we're gonna die.
the heavy clouds grow darker, and the winds that were once still begin to pick up. You feel the snowfall begin to turn into sleet, then hail, and a heavy Arctic storm begins to encompass the space around the ship. It slows travel.
to -1.
If I could have Caduceus and Beauregard both roll perception checks with disadvantage, for me, please.
No. Wait, what? No.
15.
Oh, yikesy. 6.
6. The crew is currently in the process of shouting at each other. They're starting to prepare themselves for the onslaught. They're beginning to head below deck. A lot of them are throwing protective sheets over the ballista, but you watch as the sleet is currently causing ice to build up around the weaponry on the deck.
Caduceus, what is happening?
You hear a strange clicking sound.
Caduceus?
I hear a sound. There's something. Is it coming from outside the ship?
It's coming from somewhere beyond the deck, and there is now, between the sleet storm and the fog that's around, and the heavy sound of just the hitting of the deck of all these hundreds and thousands of pelts of ice, you hear this, like,
Clickers.
I am, okay, really quick, out of curiosity. It's been 7 days since the last time I tried Divine Intervention, hasn't it?
last time was on the island, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been more than 7 days.
See if we can get rid of the storm. No.
Unfortunately, in the center of this chaos, the Wild Mother cannot hear your prayer.
Are there any crew members running around?
There are, looks like 4 of them right now that are on the deck trying to clear off the...
What kind of thing makes a clicking sound out there?
What do you mean, clicking sound? No idea what you're talking about!
There's something out there.
I pull out my bow and I just say, Mighty Nine! And shout kind of for everybody.
All right, you guys hear Bo shouting from the top of the deck.
Go running up.
Sword is out, okay.
I
Invoke duplicity and run up.
Okay. You guys head up as the crew kind of in the process of getting these heavy tarps over the ballista, locking them down. One of the crew hands was talking to you, Caduceus, runs over to the edge and kind of looks over. What the? And you see something grab and woof, yank him over the side. His legs just go vanishing out of sight.
good.
I'm casting mirror image on myself.
Casting water walk on everybody.
Okay. You can feel grinding against the base of the ship. Bits of ice and such are slamming into the sides of it in the middle of the storm. And you watch as, rising up over the edge, these massive crustacean-like creatures with a dull, kind of grayish, almost tan coloration to them with these heavy, jagged claws and multiple legs. You recall seeing something like this beneath the ocean once before.
In that
Tangled in the mass of...
Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And you see one, two, and a third one is now climbing up over the edge there.
No.
3.
So, let me go ahead and set up a...
My body is ready.
Guys,
So ready.
this combat is sponsored by Dwarven Forge. Illuminated hellscape terrain featuring glowing magma rivers is now available on their web store at dwarvenforge.com. Oh, Matt laughed.
Oh, he's
no.
corded. He's corded.
Oh,
The cord can come with me, actually.
cord. Oh boy.
Nice
cord.
Oh,
done.
God.
We're gonna freeze to death out here, guys.
It's been so long.
Wait, it's the next day, right?
we're not
done.
still
We're not exhausted anymore, right?
Yes, boat.
We're not exhausted anymore.
Oh,
No.
yeah. Look at the icebreaker.
Look
that's
at that
one
beauty.
Ballista.
Come on, Midnight Hammer.
I'm just looking for one midnight hammer.
Oh, yes.
Ooh, ice patches.
Bang.
Awesome.
Oh man, that's bad.
Icebreaker goes bang, bang, bang.
Those are awesome, Matt.
so cool.
That is so cool. All of it?
All of the ice.
Eyes will cross.
Here. There.
So we could jump out and land on the ice.
Yeah, we could do some sort of weird hopscotch thing.
Yes.
So, placement-wise, where are you guys situated? Just so you know, the creatures that you saw merge came up over this edge here. Here. This would actually be placed there. And this one is currently rising up back over the edge
God.
right there.
And if we came up from below deck, we would be...
Over in this space here.
Okay.
So Beauregard and Caduceus, you were up top,
Yeah, we were
kind of closer to this edge here. Beauregard probably here shouting out to the group. Unless there's anywhere else you'd wish to be.
I'll kind of be like right here, rushing to that same area.
Okay.
I'm going to send my duplicate up in the action, and I'm going to actually have Jester stand right around here.
So just going to stand right about there on the steps?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me go ahead and take...
Just to make life difficult for you.
No, it's good. That's what I got ready for. All right, and the duplicate is
Up, heading into the action.
up here?
Sure.
All right, we'll stay up there next to Beauregard. Veth, Yasha?
Probably just emerged from the downstairs. Maybe just put me near one of those staircases.
All right, put you there. And Yasha.
Yeah, same. I'll hop on that other side by, I think where Caleb, is that Caleb?
Caleb is right there.
Yeah, I'll go on the other side of Caleb.
Right there?
I'll actually go on the steps opposite Jester,
Okay.
the other set.
Perfect. All right, and then the rest of the crew here. So we're up on this edge.
Where's Marius?
Where's a good Marius when you need him?
He's dead already. Drowning. Useless.
He's the big bad of the campaign.
Would be awesome.
Yeah.
You thought I
He's in like a mech
Right
suit.
there.
Yeah. Coming out of the ocean.
do. You insulted me for the last time.
Holy shit.
All right. So, everyone please roll initiative.
Yeah.
I feel like I forget how to do this.
I know it's been a while.
It's time.
Oh no.
Out in my boots. Yeah, alright.
Poor Ashley.
All right.
I'm worse.
25 to 20.
20.
Hey.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Everett.
20 to 15.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh boy.
15 to 10.
14.
12.
Oh my.
Oh wow.
Oh, we're still...
10 to 5.
9.
7.
All right. So we have
fast.
79.
Veth, Caleb, and Jester. Alrighty. And Caduceus?
3.
Oh, buddy.
It's better for the healer to go last.
Yes.
I can undo anything
The
terrible that
healers
happens.
are last. The healers.
Okay, then.
Fall and then make a decision.
I'm not gonna do anything.
Perfect. Top of the round is Beauregard and the crew.
Okay.
The crew that actually would be probably over here haven't noticed yet and are in the process of battening down the weaponry from the storm. So they're just kind of staying put for now. Beauregard, what are you doing?
Oh boy. Okay, so what do I see? How many dudes?
You see 3 coming up over that side of the ship.
3 dudes. Plus 2 minus 9 damage rolls. Okay, sorry, just making sure. Okay.
Lobsters on the menu.
All right. I head towards the lobsters.
Okay. Which one? Where?
Do. Block me.
I guess the closest lobster.
45, 50? You can get right there amongst. You can get within 2 of them if you want to.
Is there like a leader-looking
Is
lobster?
there a lobster wearing like a
little.
They're all
Yeah.
pretty even, it seems. You can either get kind of in between there, or you can head up the stairs and just go after this one there. Which would you prefer?
We're more of a
I want the
collective.
one that's closest to like being a threat. Yeah, like this one over there.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. That feels right. That feels right.
Okay.
Looks like a terrible place to be.
I take out my belaborer, which this might be the first time that I'm using it, and I hit like a little awesome button, and it goes and pop.
Go for it.
Yeah, okay, one of those is bad.
Okay.
27
27 hits.
and 17.
17 hits.
Okay. It's 1d8 plus 10, which is good. 15 damage and 16 damage.
All right. Nice.
And for that first one,
You hit the outside of its physical shell, and you can see elements of it kind of scrape off and break, but it's heavily armored.
is stunning this thing gonna? Whatever, stunning strike.
Stunning strike. That is a 7. That is a failure.
Yeah, definitely fail.
So this guy here is stunned.
I'm gonna turn my attention. Isn't the other one nearby? Am I able to hit it?
You can if you move through here. You can get to this one.
I have enough movement to do that?
You do, because you're a monk.
Yeah. All right. Bonus action. Pop.
Go for it.
Yeah, both of those definitely hit with a 30 to hit.
Hits.
And 27 again.
Hits. Damn.
And then these are just my fists. Oh, which are d8s now. Need to make sure I remember that. Okay. That is 10 damage and 8 damage. And stunning strike.
Stunning strike again for that guy. Natural 20. So it's 23.
Lame, but extract aspects.
Extract aspects. They are immune to poison and being poisoned.
Okay. So I just shout out to the team, don't try and poison them. They're kind of nasty.
Finishing bows go. Ford, you're up.
Yeah, I'll see Bo run up to all 3 of them like it's a party, and I will join her at the bow. I'll run up as well.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You can get right about there on the stairs.
Okay. Wow, I'm not even that close. Never mind.
You're not quite the monk speed, unfortunately.
Yep. Eldritch Blast! At the one that is stunned.
You got it.
I'll do 3 of those. That is a 20 to hit.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
Okay.
And attack rolls against the have advantage, by the way, because it is stunned.
Oh, well, that one was second one, and it was less. Second one is a 25 to hit.
Yep.
The third one is a 22 to hit.
All hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
11, 25,
It's a rolling.
36 points of Eldritch Blast damage.
Nice. As it's there on the ground and recovering from the slamming from Beauregard, kind of like You release all 3 Eldritch Blasts. They kind of arc up and over the stairway, slamming into boom, boom, in the face. You see these black impacts to the left across its kind of normally water-drenched face where ice crystals have gathered once it hit the frozen air. And as it does, one of its eyes kind of bursts on one side. It has multiple eyes, so it doesn't really deter it. But as it does, it kind of like recoils and brings its claws up defensively in front of it. It looks pretty shaken by that display.
Nice.
Finishes your go?
Yes.
Yasha, you're up.
Okay, so I would like to run up to them as fast as I can.
30, 35, 40. What's your movement?
50?
Ooh, 50. You can get up to the stairs there. Oh, God.
Well, maybe I will then.
You move faster raging or no?
Okay.
I should actually.
I will.
Music.
I know.
Okay, I would like to rage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's as close as I can get, huh? Okay, so then.
You have your action still, so you could use your action to get all the way up there, or you could just stay put if you want to. Your call.
Yeah, I'm gonna get all the way up there. Come on.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
You got it.
Ready.
Okay. Finishing Yasha's go, it is now these creatures' turn. One of them is stunned and can't do anything. The one that's currently right in front of Bo and Yasha is going to go ahead and make its attacks against her.
Against who?
Against you, since you're the one who's right there.
All right.
So the first strike is going to be 24 to hit.
Yep.
Second one is natural 20. Holy shit. Okay.
Am I within 30 feet?
You are
Looks like it.
just out of it.
Fuck. Never mind.
Sorry. So the first hit against you, Beauregard, is 14 points of bludgeoning damage,
Okay.
and you are grappled as it grabs you in the claw. So you are now currently being held by the creature in one of its giant pincers.
All right.
The other one is 18 points of bludgeoning damage. That's the crit. It did not roll great for the damage, so be thankful on that, but nevertheless. There we go. Grappled.
Good snack.
And the one behind on this point is going to go ahead and move Skitter over to the side to go after Yasha.
I don't like these guys.
Nope.
Love
They're big.
Don't like
2 attacks against you, Yasha.
Okay.
That is 24.
Yeah.
She's rolling really well. And a 17.
No.
So one strike swings towards you and grabs you. You are grappled from the first strike. The second one misses you, but you are currently being held in its claws. You take 16 points of bludgeoning damage, halved because you are raging to 8. But you are currently grappled and held within its large pincer.
Okay.
All right, that finishes their go. Veth, you're up with Caleb on deck.
It seems like they grab anyone who comes close to them, so maybe not that. I'll just take a couple steps to my left, and I will take some buttons out of my pocket and throw them into the air and cast a spell, turning the buttons into swirling, glowing buttons.
Okay.
Swirling buttons. I will cast Hypnotic Pattern
Oh.
on a spot right in the middle of them. I don't care if it hits Bo. I don't care if it hits Yasha. I especially don't care if it hits Ford.
30-foot cube. You could hit all of them, and if you really want to push it, you could probably hit Ford too if you really want to.
Keep him out of it.
But you don't need to.
That's called character growth.
Okay, so I need both Yasha and Beauregard to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
No.
I feel like
My specialty.
I feel like you're raging, and that you can't be charmed. Is that true?
That doesn't work for her barbarian type.
Natural 1.
Oh, wow.
18.
So you succeed. Beauregard, you are charmed.
Yeah,
by
but I
the spell.
can use an action to
It's
end
a
the
monk
charm.
thing.
You
You
can't.
can't be charmed.
I can
It's
use
gotta
an
be a monk
action.
thing,
I can
right?
use an action to do it.
However,
If you need it.
you are incapacitated while charmed with a speed of 0, so you do not get actions.
Oh, no.
Wait, how does that work then?
Just like that.
Other charms, you still have your action, but this particular ability, this spell,
Boy,
does not
you
give
are
you actions while you're
pickle,
charmed.
ain't ya?
You're essentially standing there, you're in its claw going,
Literally everything that happens to you, you're like, monk, I can undo it. Except for this.
Buttons are pretty.
fail. This guy's no longer, or he's done until the end of your next turn. So, other one, natural 1, fail.
Okay.
And that is a 14. What's your spell DC?
16.
16. They're all charmed
Okay,
and
that's good.
incapacitated.
So they can't move.
All three?
They can't move, they can't take actions,
That was
and for as long as
That
it
was
is...
huge. She was fucked.
Yeah. Plus we can go grab her body and just kind of like slide it out.
Alrighty.
Start
Finishes
over
your
again.
turn, Beth. Right, unless you moved,
Oh,
you
yeah.
just cast your spell.
I'll, as a bonus action, I will just, I'll charge up my old Brenato's voltaic bolt.
Can't cast 2 spells in one round unless one's a
okay.
cantrip,
Well, then in
unfortunately.
that case, I will bonus action dash. No, I'll just, I'll patient defense. Can I do that?
No. No.
I'll hide behind the ballista.
Hide behind this ballista here? Okay.
This level and you have no idea what.
I
It
don't know.
happens. It happens.
How long it takes
Wants to be a
so-
monk so bad.
So cool.
So you're
Really great.
So using the rest of your movement to go
should
behind the
be
ballista and you're attempting to hide?
Yes.
Roll stealth check for me.
Oh my god.
Caleb,
We
you're
had a
coming up.
software program that had bonus
A lot.
actions.
34.
Okay. Caleb, go.
Man, that changed everything I wanted to do. Can I, from where I am, can I see Beauregard looking like she got the whammy, or is that impossible to see?
With your passive perception, I'd say at 19, yeah. You can tell, like, you can see the entire group kind of like this big flash of light and color, just in this weird pattern, almost like a bunch of pattern lights start blinking in that space. And as it does, you watch Yasha kind of duck out of the way, closing her eyes. All three of the creatures begin to like and stand there weirdly staring, and Beauregard has gone from struggling to just limply staying within its grasp.
Okay, then I will. All right, so peering through and seeing her just looking like she took the whammy, instead of moving back like I was going to do, I'm going to move forward, and I'm going to cast Dispel Magic on her.
On her? Okay. You go
Thanks,
for it.
Fran.
As you do that, the effect drops from her. You are no longer charmed. You're still grappled.
Shit.
And all of your magic items are now destroyed.
What the fuck, dude?
I cast Disintegrate.
Perfect. Are you staying where you are?
I'll move. Yeah, I actually wanted to move first. I'll be on top of the grate in the center of the ship there.
Here?
Yeah.
Okay, you got it. Finishing that go. Jester, you're up. Caduceus, you're on deck.
Because I'm hiding.
We can't harm them, right?
If you do, they'll wake up, but you can
How long does
certainly
it
harm
last?
them until you harm them.
Lasts for up to 1 minute
Okay.
until they're harmed or death drops.
Okay, then I'm gonna send my duplicate to where she's up and in close proximity, like touchable to all three of them.
All
two.
three you can't do, but 2 of them
Then
you
two of them at a time. Yeah, sure.
Okay, you-
However, I can be to.
can drift about there is where you'd want it. Kind of catty corner to where Beauregard is grappled.
Okay, and I'm going to cast spiritual weapon
Okay.
at 5th level.
Alrighty. Where do you want it?
Right above the one that's holding bow.
Okay, so we'll say about there.
Don't kill Bo.
Okay. Say your turn.
Oh, I guess that's a bonus.
You have an action to do a cantrip or to just move and.
Can I
shift around.
prep? Oh no, that's because I'll hold Toll the Dead. until they start moving.
Okay.
If like it happens before my turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Towards who?
The one holding bow.
You got it. Jester's turn then. Caduceus, you're up.
So if I cast an effect on them that doesn't cause damage, that shouldn't interrupt the spell, correct?
If you cast a spell that does not do damage?
Yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't interrupt the spell.
Oh, then I'm going to walk up just close enough to cast Bane on all 3 of them.
Bless you.
Nice.
Okay.
That's a different spell.
And what do they get saves on that, right?
Yeah, that's a charisma save.
Charisma save.
Super high.
That's a fail. That's a fail. -1, 0, and that's actually a high roll, but with their penalty, no. So they are all Bane.
They seem so charming.
They seem so charming.
You spooky motherfucker.
So, and now I'm going to back up as much as I can. I'm going to get that in there, and then I'm going to back up and kind of head towards the center of the boat, too, because I don't trust that more of these things aren't going to show up.
It is a crowded ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
30, about there? Or
Not quite that far back, actually.
Okay.
Just
like there?
yeah, I want to be able to, like, so I can grab onto the ballista if things go shitty.
You got it. Okay. So, end of the round, top of the next round, you hear some shouts from behind. Ah!
Yes.
Oh,
Knew it.
Round
that makes sense.
This crew's going to run down this way, and the captain is going to just back around on the other side of the wheel, kind of as a creature here begins to walk up
different creature.
to the edge.
Uh-oh.
You see a humanoid figure step up to the side, kind of this like grayish blue, almost blubbery, smooth skin. You see their hair comes down to these long tentacle-like tendrils, and the mouth itself is partially open. A familiar creature you've encountered once before.
Mini.
Oh no!
Don't look over at me.
As you see it peering over and kind of like holding a small crystal in its hand, it goes across the front of the boat and goes, puts a finger forward. Oh no. The amber necklace you have around your body just shatters, dispelled, and all the contents onto the deck of the ship. Scattering and spilling out into the space of the wood and ice, just all over.
Doesn't it have a lot of our shit?
It's got the fucking cleft
crystal.
cloven crystal. And a shit ton of fireworks!
Can you point to where Caleb is, please?
Center of the ship.
there.
Okay.
Center.
As you're up on the staircase, you hear the shouts and you look over and you see this creature out of the corner of your eye and the necklace shatter, and you watch as amongst all the rummage that falls to the ground scattering, you see the one little yellow orb kind of roll off in this direction. And right as you're having this, you hear something go to your right side, and you look over, and just pulling up on the side of the boat, you see a humanoid figure with ice clusters gathered around its shoulders. You see this large brimmed hat and this plume of feathers, palish skin with a twisted, broken semblance on the neck, the eyes glowing faintly blue.
Yes!
As you see the visage of Captain Avantika go, darling, we have business elsewhere. And is going to grab towards you.
Crazy ex-girlfriend.
Hold on a second.
Holy mackerel.
Oh, yeah.
You shouldn't have.
I warned you.
Oh, no.
Was it worth it for
I encouraged you.
Oh no!
All right, so this is going to be
Oh, shit.
Awesome.
So wait, what fell out of your necklace?
His tummy stone and a ton of fireworks.
Just rolling around on the deck.
Tummy stone.
I need
Fireworks. Use
Tummy sticks. Oh no.
All of the fireworks.
Make a strength check for me, Ford.
Wait, was there anything else in there? That's
Right now, that strength check.
Just add a d20. Roll a d20 and add your strength modifier.
Important relic of our past.
one thing. That's,
Natural 20.
No shit!
Natural 20 for a 21.
You lucky fucker. So,
With the 4 dice.
oh my god.
Oh, man.
That's the Ukatoa dice.
That is the Ukatoa dice.
the currently undead form
Oh my
of
god.
Avantika
Undead Avantika.
I'm dying.
sits kind of on the edge. I'll stay right there. I'll deal with that.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Grabs your arm and is attempting to throw you overboard. And you resist and pull your grasp away. And as you do, she goes, interesting. And pulls out 2 blades. You see in one hand this blackened metal hooked dagger that comes to a point and then hooks back underneath. And the other is this rapier, but the rapier itself has this weird kind of tentacle-like spiral up the center of the blade. Where it comes and gathers around the base, you can see barnacles and jagged crystal-like glass. It's been a while.
Oh no.
And that's where we're gonna pick up. I know, but it's pretty late. We'll pick up from the top of the combat round.
With me? With me? Is it Bo?
You are the top.
You're-
Oh boy, oh
yeah,
boy.
so you are next.
Okay, can you, before we close, can you just give me like I'm having a hard time seeing who's where. Can you do a little point out, call out
Pile of
thing?
lobsters.
No worries.
I'm in a pile of lobsters.
You are in a pile
Shit.
of lobsters.
I want to play so bad right now.
I'll appeal to her feminine wilds.
Sure.
Just flirt with her.
Yeah.
That'll
I'm sure
catch
she'll
her off
go
guard.
for
Yeah.
Face.
I'll give her a kiss. It'll be like in the movies, and then all the ice will melt.
So,
You'll run it.
Yeah.
You'll run your blade through her during
right
the
there.
kiss.
Okay.
Yasha's there.
Damn it. Like a Game of
Okay.
Thrones.
Jester's ability, or
Sorry.
Jester's form. So
That's my
Her duplicate.
duplicate. So Bo, Yasha, duplicate, creature, creature, creature.
Where's my spiritual weapon?
Your spiritual weapon is towards the very back near the front of the
We
ship.
killed
Lollipop at the
Avantika.
top.
All right.
You didn't kill Avantika.
The Plank King did.
The Plank King did.
Snapped her neck.
Snapped her
Think
neck.
that, like, is Ukatoa here? Are we fighting Ukatoa now? Or
These are all of
Definitely
his,
working
like-
for Ukatoa now.
They only need this thing to let him
You
out.
carry
ball.
the most important artifact
Yes,
in the
not
carry it
entirety.
anymore. It's rolling
well,
around
you
on
were
the
carrying.
deck.
Oh my god.
I thought that thing was unbreakable or something.
We have gone months without combat, and we got 1 round.
But we'll pick up there next time. So, on that note,
All right.
thank you all so much. Here, I'm gonna sit down actually.
That game was a Sam dunk.
God damn it. Thank you all so much for joining us. We'll pick up with this insane combat next week. But we love you very much. And is it Thursday yet? Good night.